Oh my god, you know, the first time I failed, I was damn excited for my test, okay? I was like, hee hee ha ha. Then when he put the dash cam in my face, right, the first thing I did before he started, right, I was ready to start. He's like, girl, wait. Then I put the dash cam, okay? Then my friends were like, oh, that's why you fail. He think you're not serious.
Oh no.
I still like cheese. I was so excited. Then I was like scrolling SG Karma. Then I was like, what car should I get?
Yeah.
No lah, fail lah. I cry so badly eh.
Hi, Seizo.
Hey, Tizera. And I'm Jermaine.
And welcome back to another episode of Clarity's
Today's topic, we're going to talk about women drivers.
Vroom, vroom.
And to do that, we have a very special guest who just got her license 2 months ago. Please say hello to Jeynelle, aka Buff Baby.
Hello.
Hello.
Say hi to our listeners.
Hello, I'm Jeynelle. And I'm very nervous now.
So should we call you Buff Baby or like BB or like
Jeynelle?
Okay, Jeynelle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeynelle is so cute. Like, she amazes me in all ways possible. She's always nervous, that's for one. And I remember there was one time she made this statement. You know how like Gen Zs are born between 1997 to 2012 and Jeynelle falls in the age group. So as of this year, if you are between 12 to 27, you are Gen Z, right? And then Jeynelle once said, oh, does it mean if I'm 28, I'm no longer a Gen Z?
Oh my god, you still remember?
I still remember. That's how much of an impact it left in my head.
I forgot.
Tell us
Super
more about
cute.
yourself. You know, what are you doing these days?
So I started like social media doing like fitness, and then now I do like car content because I kind of like find love for like driving cars and everything in general, automotive. And then I see like my followers duping because like, where's the fitness content? Yeah.
Oh, but you will gain new followers.
Yes,
who like
I
that
feel like there's
content.
like an exchange rate going on right now.
I love that. You know, I think this is something that for a lot of young women and men included as well, driving can be a very nerve-wracking thing. So
yes.
today we'll be talking about our own experiences driving. We'll be talking about some stereotypes about women drivers. Do we agree with them or not? And also some interesting statistics related to driving and gender. So male drivers, women drivers, and tips on how to overcome driving anxiety.
So first of all, Jeynelle, tell us, 2 months ago when you got a license, did you go for an auto or manual driver's license?
Manual, yeah. I took manual.
Wait, if you're so nervous, why did you challenge yourself to get a manual license?
For one, I have a bit of like ADHD going on. So I'm very fidgety as a person in general. So I thought
to always change gear.
yeah, so I thought manual would be like quite a challenge for me also. And like I decided to take up the challenge. Yeah.
And how many times did you go for the test?
2 times, yeah.
Okay, and do you mind sharing what was the number of like demerit points you got for both times?
Wow, first one I forgot how much I got, but the first one during the test I was so nervous. Like there was a bus in front of me, then my leg was like a bit numb, so I clutched in and I rolled forward into a yellow box. Yeah, so the guy was like, yo, there's a bus there. The bus haven't come out, by the way. Like,
Okay,
the bus
okay,
was still
okay.
inside, like ferrying passengers, but by right, the yellow box should be empty.
Yeah.
So
For the
first
bus
one,
ma.
yeah, correct. So the first one was the yellow box. Then I was like, whoa, shit. And then my leg clutched in, and then the pedal and everything. So for those who don't know, like manual, right? So clutch is like your leg must be on a certain angle in order for you to like stop the car at biting point. There's one thing called biting point. So if you are stepping down like too far down, your car will skid forward if you are not on the brake.
Yeah, there is a third pedal for manual cars for people that have never
Yeah,
experienced
so I was
that.
so nervous, like my clutch went off the angle. Then I like rolled forward a bit, and then like I failed.
What about your
you're not-
second
immediate
test?
failure?
Yeah, immediate failure, yellow box.
Oh.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to be inside at all.
Then
What
what
about
about
the second
yeah, the
test
second
where you actually passed?
Oh, second time I got like 16.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's better than my auto. I got 18.
You went for auto.
I barely passed
Oh, okay, but you still did in your first try?
on my first try.
Okay.
Jeremy's a great driver, by the way.
Yeah, she is. She so is.
She can
you
manage.
guys.
She's a great driver.
She taught me how to parallel park. Better than my driving instructor. I still remember. Yeah, the
She's a
way
great
you taught
driver. Her
me.
car's so high, she can barely see the road, but she's like reclined.
I felt like a bit backhanded.
So I went for a manual one as well, and my route had so many slopes. So you know, like for manual cars, right? If you don't get the biting point perfectly, when you stop at the slope at the red light, and then you start the car again, it will slightly roll backwards
Correct.
before it goes forward.
Correct.
So every time that happens, it takes 2 demerit points. It happened to me 5 times.
Oh gosh.
10 demerit points.
Oh my god.
But luckily for me, I barely scraped through. Like I got like 16 demerit points. So
same lah, basically.
So you have a manual license?
I have a manual license. That's right.
I never knew
These
that.
are like great people. Great people.
Hey, thanks.
Now, but you haven't
driven manual in a while.
I don't have the chance.
Drive
to.
Jeynelle's car.
Now give you can drive.
Cannot. I need to refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to go for a refresh. I'm too used to auto car.
What about Azura? Do you have a license?
Yeah.
She does.
But I barely ever drive. Yeah,
For
I
good
barely ever
reason.
drive. For good reason. Okay, first of all, I got directional issues. I got estimation issues.
Okay.
Okay.
I got issues lah.
She does.
But is yours auto or manual?
Auto, wait. Last time, I always thought I was going to take manual because I think that a lot of countries overseas still uses a lot of manual.
For sure.
And I thought it was a very good thing. Eventually, I just gave up. I was like, never mind lah. I think never mind
Auto
lah.
lah. But at least you got your license. That's good.
Well, we'll get into like how nerve-wracking it is to start driving in just a bit. But you know what's the one thing that I find it quite sad on the roads, right? And I've seen this growing up as well, be it in a cab, when my parents are driving, when you drive and then there's like a driver in front who maybe is going too slow or too fast or cut in without really checking the blind spot. And then you go next to the driver, you speed up and you realize it's a woman driver. And that person will always say, yeah, it's a woman driver, that's why.
I knew it.
Have you ever heard this?
Yes.
I hear this on the like so often like really.
Sometimes before you even see them, they would already make the comment and say,
It's
a
probably
confirmed woman.
probably a woman driver. Those are some of the stereotypes and stigmas surrounding women driving on the roads.
I feel like all of us already like grew up with it, like to the point that we're so used to hearing it, like it doesn't affect us anymore. It's not like it's just a whatever.
But can I just say, women are just more careful. When it comes to like changing of lanes or like, the light just turned amber, should I stop, should I go? And then, there's a hesitation there. We're just more careful, which is why we make more calculated moves.
I think like everything else, some people are better at some things and some people are not so good at some things.
For sure.
So I think it exists in both genders. But it's like us saying, guys can't multitask. It's the same thing,
I can't multitask.
But like you've heard women say that, right? Like,
For sure.
guys can't multitask.
Okay, so when it comes down to it, maybe I ask Jeynelle, right? Do you think that male drivers are really actually better than female drivers?
Okay, I think for me it's just more of the person itself.
Okay.
I wouldn't really see like gender. I would say it's more of like a personal skill issue.
So you think gender has nothing to do with it?
I mean, I've grown up with the stereotype of it. So sometimes, like, of course, you might be veered into thinking it is. But for me, I choose to believe, like, it's more of like a skill. I'm pretty sure the comment section will bombard me, like, yeah, she's a woman, that's why she's saying that, blah, blah, blah. But trust me, male drivers, like what Hazel said, it's more like calculated moves. I have like male friends also who drive, right? And they drive slow and careful because they are more like overthinky, like me, and they make more like calculated moves. Maybe because our daily we see more of like women drivers who are more careful. So it turns out into this, or what we see often and stuff like that.
Actually, I believe that male drivers, not generalizing, but tend to pick up driving faster than females because of a lot of things. When you grow up, boys, they play with remote control cars, they play video games, GTA, all these things, right? For a female that's never done that, I remember when I first took my license, right? And I was like, how do you park a fucking car? Like, how does it work? The physics of it, I don't even understand. But for a guy who's done that in like parking games, remote control vehicles, they know kind of the science behind
Actually,
it.
that's true. It's how we grew up.
Yeah.
Also, like the environment.
They already have the concept. We don't. We had to like learn the concept from scratch, Like we have to think and pause and like, okay, wait, so left is turn this
Left
way.
or right.
Correct. Not like forward, but like for example, like you're reversing. Like you had to learn those concepts. But like they already had it.
Actually, that's true.
And there are a lot of stereotypes about women drivers, right? Like what kinds? Aggressive behavior?
No, I think more like hesitant.
Careful, I would say careful.
Slow driving.
Yeah, maybe. But sometimes driving slowly is not a good thing, okay?
It's not a good
You
thing.
can cause the traffic to really build up
Actually,
behind
yeah,
you.
it's quite scary to drive slow because you see the car zooming past you,
Yeah.
right? It makes you more anxious.
That was
Right.
Janelle's first day on the roads after she got
Yeah,
her
oh
license.
my gosh.
She was driving at 50 km per hour on the highway. Would you like to tell us how
Oh
the
my god, yeah.
experience
So I was
was?
telling Jermaine just now, right? Because me and my boyfriend have both manual license and we both own manual cars. So on the first day after I passed that night, he was like, let's start driving. So we got the P plate, put it in his car, paste it. And then he was like, you're driving. I was like, wait, what? Then he was like, yes, you can. I know you can. Oh, he regretted immediately after we entered the highway lah. He was like, that's how you learn? He was like, oh my god. When I entered the highway, I was around like 50, 60. And then like that was road hogging already. So I obviously have to step up. I
Was
was
this at night?
Yes. I was slow at first because there was a lot of traffic. So everyone was slowly entering the highway. So all of us were at 50, like very comfortable. I was slowing the flow of traffic. And then traffic started speeding up. And then he was like, yo, you can't drive 50 now. Like it was there just now. We got to speed up and follow the flow of traffic. If not, you'll cause an accident. I was like... I was like semi-tearing and I was like speeding up. My leg was shaking. I was like, because like it was scary, right? Because first lane is usually the faster cars.
Yeah?
I was on like the middle lane, so it's the slower one. So I was trying to follow the flow of traffic, and then the first lane was like 90, like zoom, 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 zoom. Then I saw the car like zoom, zoom, zoom. Then I'm like, oh, I was like, okay, I'll try and speed up. And then at first, initially, the speed limit felt like super fast for me. I was like, I can't do this. And then I dropped back to like 80, wavering around there. Then I just drove. Then for the first day, right, it was really freaking scary. Like I just felt like I cannot do this. Like I really hope we make it to the destination.
Or just in life, like, just make it.
Like, yo, I cannot afford to like
Crash
fuck up
this
this
car.
car somehow.
Correct, but that's normal. The first time I drove, I felt like it was taking out so much of my cognitive energy.
Yeah.
I was thinking so much, and by the time I got out of the car, safely, thankfully, I was so hungry. It took out so much energy. But it gets better, right? Like 2-3 months in, how do you feel now?
Sometimes I still get anxious, especially when the jam is so bad. And then like
it's
you
a
have,
route that you don't know.
correct. Especially when it's a cross junction, you have to calculate, right? Can I go forward? Why block people in the yellow box? Because if it's red light, the light there will turn green. And then when that turns green, and if I'm in the yellow box, I'm fucked, bro.
You're basically in the middle of everyone's way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
It almost happened before, but thank God the traffic was like smooth. Because sometimes it's a bit hard to tabulate like the traffic. Like will the cars roll forward or not? If not, you have to wait at the back of the junction.
Yeah.
But if you wait at the back of the junction, some people is very impatient. They're like, bah, 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 like go
you
like
can
green
go,
light.
why don't you go?
Yeah.
I do think these things take time, like over practice and years and daily driving. It becomes almost like it takes a millisecond to compute. You don't even think about it.
Yeah.
It's not at the forefront, so it will get better. Don't worry.
Sometimes like okay, like driving here right just now, like in the blink of an eye I was here. Then I was like, oh shit, like how did I come here? There was so many traffic lights. My leg was so tired, right? How did I get here? Sometimes it's like after like a while it's motor skill already. You just
It's
then
getting
you're here.
subconscious,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
muscle memory. You know, for some reason, right? I have had this experience where I'm always that person who's either with someone while they have their first accident, or I am the person they're about to meet and then they have their first accident. This has happened to me many times.
So you're a good luck charm.
I'm not too sure about that, but I've seen this so many times.
Oh my gosh.
It's so scary because they always come and then they're like crying, right?
Don't meet me, don't meet me.
Yeah.
But usually they're very minor, you know what I mean? But I've always been that person, so I've seen it because like your first accident is very scary.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
super scary. I remember when my first accident happened, I was about to meet
I
the girls.
remember.
And then Jermaine was all calm and composed. Like, what happened to your car? Let me take a look.
Correct. We call this person now. We call that person now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It is very scary. Jeynelle, you haven't experienced.
No.
No. Thankfully.
I remember-
Hopefully no lah, never
No,
lah.
I have had friends who have gone through like a decade of driving without getting in an accident.
Really?
It's
Good for
possible.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
It's possible?
I feel like
Actually,
accidents is like if it happens, but it's like shit.
I think keep it minor lah.
Yeah.
I think it really depends on how attentive you are on the
Correct.
roads. I think when I first started driving, I took it for granted. I was just like, I remember there was a vehicle broken down on the CTE and it was back-to-back traffic. So it's like, you start, stop kind of thing. And I wasn't looking for 1 second and I rear-ended the car in front of me pretty hard. And the whole front of my car was like kind of smashed. And this was like heavy traffic, right? And we had to all go off at the side, then exit the highway. And I remember standing there outside of my car, looking at the damage and just crying on the side of the road. And here's the thing that they don't tell you when you get into an accident. There are people watching across the whole of Singapore for when you get into an accident so that they can swoop in and kind of like be the workshop to claim it for you so that they can earn kickbacks from it. So I had like 3 random guys pull over on the side of the highway and ask me if I need help. But at that point, I called my brother, right? So it was fine. But it's just random people trying to take advantage of a situation.
Yeah, but that's how they make money.
Yeah, that's how they make
actually.
money. Like they literally have group chats where they call
Are
each
they
other.
motor insurances or
They
like
are
people?
usually workshops. Yeah.
right.
So just be very careful. Really? Always, before you ever go on the roads, have that one person that you know you're going to call in case of an emergency or accident.
right.
Yeah.
Is it the same person you will call if you killed someone?
I think it should be different.
Okay.
What is that question even?
It should be different.
But I know that Jeynelle is super, super careful. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it in your content. Even when you're having lunch, you're on YouTube watching
Oh
like how to enter this
God.
car park of this mall.
I have to tell you something. Like
Okay.
sometimes, right, when I'm very scared, right, like for example, I get horn, right. Maybe I get horn cause I'm a bit slow. People call me dash baby. My friends, like they say you're not buff baby, you're dash cam baby. Cause I will
You will
check my
check.
dash cam to see like is everything okay, what happened. Then I'll just realize like, it's just the guy being impatient. Green light, I need to gear one, then go.
Yeah.
Then I'll overthink. So like my goal now, right, is by in a month's time, right, I stop touching my dash cam for good. Because I really overthink a lot. Or like sometimes when I'm parking, I will like check my dash cam to see if I like park properly and stuff like that. Like, I feel like I'm low key like glitching out right now, like personally. Like it affected my like motions a bit also. Cause like
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm
if
very
you're-
careful.
What do you mean if you're parking, you check your dash cam? Can't you just come out of the car to check
I want
your
to
car?
check whether I got scratched any car
No,
by
no, no.
accident
As in
or not.
after that, she will relook, like review.
Yeah,
Oh.
then I like freaking scared. My friends were like, yo, you're like low key crazy. Because I'm someone that is anxious very easily, right? I feel like this trigger a lot of anxiety in me initially lah, but nowadays like don't really check the dash cam. So it's like
Okay.
I hope I don't touch it at all at first. Because my friend was like, ever since I got my car, I've never touched my dash cam.
Me too.
How do you touch your dash cam so many times? Then I'll be like, oh, I'm just anxious.
I don't even know how to access my dash.
Yeah, you know to what extent I haven't checked my dash cam? It's spoiled now and I only recently just realized. Like that's how much I don't check it.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
gotta do something about
God.
it. Okay, but maybe you can offer a few words of advice to our PD Vanessa because here's the story. Vanessa says, I'm currently enrolled in the driving school waiting to take my driving test for the 3rd time. As a petite female, the comments I've gotten about driving from my friends were not very helpful. Even before I've taken the test, my friends have told me that I should expect to fail because female drivers usually have to take a few times before passing. This obviously made me nervous each time. Pause. You passed on your first time, didn't you?
Yes.
I passed on my first time and we're both female drivers.
Hey, not true. I
So not
know
true.
a guy who took 6 times.
My goodness.
Oh my god.
We need to
So
invite him to
gender
Hush.
not true.
Yeah. Okay, Vanessa says, the fact that the tests are around $300 and the thought of failing that was ingrained into my mind by my friends don't help at all and instead sparked my driving anxiety even more. Failing the first time was enough, but for the second time I failed, it made me feel like perhaps the stereotype about female drivers was true all along and I can never escape that.
No, Vanessa.
No, like,
Don't
not
do
true.
it.
I
That is
feel like
not
not
true.
true.
Yeah.
You know, every time right, got girls they post on their TikTok like they finally passed the driving test or first try and then like you confirm well like that. That's why you pass. All the thumbs up low instructor.
Really?
You
Say
show,
that?
then you pass. I think if you're good, you'll pass. They got no reason to fail you. The dash cam right is in dash cam. The dash cam is in your face. Like during the test right. Oh my god, you know the first time I failed, I was damn excited for my test. Okay, I was like hee hee ha ha. Then when he put the dash cam in my face right, the first thing I did before he started, right, I was ready to start. He's like, go wait. Then I put the dash cam. Okay. Then my friends were like, oh, that's why you fail. He think you're not serious.
Oh no.
I still like cheese. I was so excited. Then I was like scrolling SG Karma. Then I was like, what car should I get? No lah, fail lah. I cry so badly.
How long do you have to wait for your second test?
3 months. It was damn long.
so very long.
But during the 3 months, I really like twice a week, every time, find my instructor, practice. Then she scold me. She said, you always so playful, don't want to listen to me, right? That's why you fail. Then I okay. Then I learned. Then second time really is like I just did my best. Then pass.
Actually, our PDN says that she thinks that it is much more valuable to be a safe driver than a skilled driver. Like she says, so what if you can switch across 4 lanes, very quickly? It's so much better to be safe.
Yeah.
Because honestly, driving and being on the roads, especially being on a bike, she actually rides a scooter.
She's so cool.
She is so cool, but it's very dangerous.
Yeah, it
You know what I
actually
mean?
is.
Yeah.
So everyone can afford to be a bit safer on the roads.
Yeah, the last time I tried to exit the highway, I had 220 meters on the highway to cut 5 lanes.
Oh my god.
Totally got into an accident.
You did?
I did. It was so
For me
it was so bad.
personally, every time when I see like I'm getting closer, I will start exiting at 2 km.
Correct. I mean, for a start,
you
do
should,
that.
yeah.
Do that. At that time, I had no choice. I just turned out of a mall, so that was
Right.
how much distance I had, which is why I didn't make the move earlier. But that's what I'm saying. Okay, to all drivers out there, instead of trying to make it in that 220 meters that you have, just go the next exit. Sometimes.
Yeah,
it's
I always
better.
miss the exit if it's
Yeah.
too
But sometimes
near.
it's a bit far away, the next exit.
I
like
know.
on the MCA,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like 15 minutes, then you come back, then I'm late for Hush podcast, and then
But it doesn't help that
people scold me.
Nobody scold you lah.
Nobody scold you. Be safe. But it doesn't help that the highway has so many cars. Sometimes you just can't exit.
For me, I told myself when I got my car, right, I say, okay, we rather miss a highway, we rather miss a turn, right, rather than getting into an accident.
Correct.
So
Just
every
leave
time
house 15
I
minutes
just,
earlier.
No, I always leave 1 hour earlier. Like for now.
Our videographer is judging you.
He just went, ooh.
Yeah, and also right, every time I leave house, right, okay, so let's say I'm on Waze right now, right, so what I'm going to show y'all is this. For example, I'm going Jewel, right, so I will press go now, like I will, in the morning I'll tap it, and then after that I'll like look through my phone, right, then I'll open Waze, then I say, okay, so this is my map. I'm gonna press it down, then they will show all the arrows,
The directions,
right? What's
yeah.
next, what's next?
What road turn where?
Yeah,
Okay.
then I will visualize, okay, is it a lot of left turn today or is it a lot of right turn? Then I'll prep myself for
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I'm impressed.
Maybe it's like anxious, right? But I also like to make sure I'm safe. Because if not, I'll keep going to the same lane all the way, right? Then when it's time to cut out, right, I will be like, oh my
late.
god, I need to cut out.
Yeah.
But at least I prep myself. Today I need to cut out roughly here, here, here. I don't memorize, like I just know how many turns I have
Roughly.
today
Oh,
and stuff like
wow.
that.
That is
Save baby 88. I mean, but baby 88 is so good
Save baby.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
I've never
Maybe.
seen anyone do that.
And then also
honestly.
YouTube, there's this channel called Car Parks of Singapore. So for like P-plate drivers who are very anxious to drive in car parks, right, y'all can like see
I have
like the car
never
park.
seen a single video from car parks of Singapore.
Actually, that's very useful because
Yeah.
when I first started driving, I didn't really know how to navigate tight turns due to the size of the car, and actually scratched my car a few times going into car parks that are too
I feel
small.
like scraping the car is very normal for a beginner. If you hoist up my car, right, and you look at it, right, there's a lot of like curb rash.
So for your first car, if you are gonna buy a car, just don't buy a nice car.
But buy a mid one. A mid
yeah,
one.
exactly. Because you never know. Like curb rash, you know, things like scraping the sides of your car. It happens a lot. But I actually wanted to share it with you guys because I know, Jeynelle, you said that you don't think it's about gender when it comes to who's a better driver. I have some statistics here that, you know, may be quite interesting. One latest study in America found that 82% of men feel very confident in their driving abilities compared to 74% of women. So more men feel confident.
That's good.
Okay.
Good, you feel confident, bro.
But 71% of all crash deaths in 2017 were males because they are more likely to practice riskier driving behavior,
Oh no.
Such as
drink driving, you know, drowsy driving, speeding, not wearing a seatbelt, things like that. Statistics actually show that men have more traffic accidents than women. Yeah. And in fact, men are 3 times more likely to be in a fatal accident as compared to women.
see, so that's what I'm saying. It pays to be calculative, to make calculated moves, right? Even if they leave house 15 minutes, okay, in Buff Baby's case, 1 hour
1 hour,
earlier.
okay.
It makes sense, okay, for your safety. I think that's okay.
I think you take bus faster.
yeah. Hey babe, seriously, MRT also not so long.
I give myself allowance to make mistake first, like in case wrong turn, all this. And then now I'm more accustomed to the road. So it's like I'm confident that I will go. Like today also, right? I also left 1 hour earlier, so I got time to get coffee. Then Then in case wrong turn or anything, I can chill. You know, cause I don't like to be late for work also. So this kind of thing is like, but maybe I will next time try to like, okay, I'll calculate lah. Then 15 minutes earlier loh.
It's discipline, you know what I
But
mean?
say real, right? Even if it's 1 hour, right? I leave my house, right? I will be late also. Cause to walk out to the bus stop, then take the MRT, then change line. Whoa, that one is. By the time I'm here, like, hello.
She stays in quite an ulu area.
Yeah, ulu area.
of Singapore. This next statistic doesn't apply to me, but I will share it. In Singapore, women pay up to 13.6% lower car insurance premiums.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not from me. Not from me.
Sorry.
Oh no.
My car insurance is the highest of my whole family.
Is there a way to like pull that down? Like if you
Not
don't get into
accidents.
accidents,
NCD.
Yeah.
you can
No
pull
claim
that down, right?
discount.
Is it cause you got into accident before, then your NCD?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't help that I got into an accident like 1 year, then
The next year.
the next year.
Yeah.
Like if it happened in the same year, would it help a little bit?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
But is it your NCD?
No, it doesn't. Okay,
The
well.
claim amount, right?
But if it happens in the same year, then the next year clean.
Yeah, exactly. Would it not help?
I don't know. Could talk to an insurance agent.
Okay.
But one thing that I can tell you girls is never get into an accident with a taxi in Singapore.
Yo!
I got into an accident with a taxi and I was in a lawsuit with them for more than 1 year. They came to my house to serve me a lawsuit.
Wait, over a car, like over,
Over
a
an
taxi.
accident with
Okay.
the
How bad was
taxi.
it that one that you accidentally
It wasn't
rear-ended
even, I was filtering out and then he was actually coming in. We didn't see each other. So I would say it was a 50-50 thing, but obviously being a corporation, they have to claim for, you know, what because they are a corporation, right? Yeah. So I was harassed by their lawyer for like more than a year. It was horrible.
What was the conclusion?
The conclusion was they claim against my
How
insurance.
bad was
I
the
claim against their
accident? Was
insurance.
it a kiss?
It was kind of a kiss, yeah. It wasn't that bad.
Oh, then they were like after you.
Yeah.
So who had to like fork out more?
I got
I'm not sure.
goosebumps.
Sometimes I leave it to my insurance and then they just fight it out. Yeah.
Let me tell you this story of like the first ever accident I got.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was filtering out to the left lane because I wanted to go to MediaCorp. My show was like at 8 p.m. That happened about like 6:50. So like evening drive, peak hour, right? I was filtering out and I did not see that the car in front of me had stopped. But I was so focused on seeing like, oh, is there a car behind me? And I didn't see that it stopped. And I accidentally rear-ended the car in front. It was a Volvo. And this car, because I bumped into it, it moved forward and bumped into the car in front of it. And then 3 of us drivers, we got out. And guess what? Lucky me, I bumped into 2 private hire drivers. So their cars were all like rented, like from Grab lah, basically.
Okay.
So they all claim against me. Because I'm the last car, right?
Oh, crap.
First driver came out, saw me, and you know what he said? 你不要去值班啦? Are you not going for your shift now? I was like, oh my god, he's a Yes 933 listener.
Oh my god.
Even though he still claimed against me lah. Francis, okay? But you brought some comfort to me at that point in time. He's like, okay, don't worry.
Yeah, at least you never get scolded, right? If you get scolded, I feel like you have amplified the situation.
Correct. The second driver, which is the first one I bumped into, a Malay uncle, when he got out of the car, he saw me like shaking and almost in tears. He just shook his head and be like, okay, now this is what we're gonna do. He didn't even like bother scolding me because he saw how shook I was. You know?
I feel like situations like these, right? As long as you know what to do, right, you'll probably be less anxious.
So what to do when you do get into an accident? I think first and foremost is to take photos of the damage, right? The license plate, that's all very important information that you need. Photos of all around the
360.
car,
Yeah,
right?
because you don't want the driver to claim you for damages that you didn't cause, right?
Right. Yes. Next, also, apparently within 24 hours, you have to report it to your insurance and authorized,
That's true. It has to happen within 24 hours.
Yeah, if not, like the time has lapsed. These days, there is a law about PDPA. So giving out your driver's license may or may not be needed. So just make sure you're very clear on that.
Oh, is it like the last few alphabets or
Yeah,
the
because
digits
usually
of the
by the
IC?
license plate, you're able to track down the driver anyways.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then last but not least, if your accident involves a foreign vehicle, let's say a Malaysian car or a car from somewhere else, you need to involve the traffic police.
That's something new I learned also today.
If your car is still okay to drive, you can just drive it, right? If your car is not okay to drive, you have to call a tow truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the most important is trading information. That's really it. Just stay calm. You will be okay. Don't worry. That's why I always say, right? When I got into my first accident, all my dad said to me was, as long as you are okay.
Oh, that's so nice.
You're not injured, that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't even dare to tell my parents about the accident.
But you were much older, so if I was your age, I also would have tell them.
I just settled it
Just like,
myself. You know? Well, that's why I think, okay, the problem in my first car was that it's a very old car, so it doesn't have a motion sensor, which is why it didn't alert
collision
me.
detection,
It didn't
yeah.
alert me when the car in front had stopped. But my current car has that sensor, so it'd be like beep beep beep, and I'll be
That
shit.
has saved me so many times.
I know, right?
Your car, Jeynelle,
Don't have, because it's an old car.
Maybe you
Okay.
beep 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 to yourself lah.
She's so cautious. I'm very sure.
No,
she'll be
actually,
okay.
like your that one, right? You were so focused, right? It happened to me just a few days ago, but not like accident lah. Like because my brakes very siap. Like the brake, like once you brake already, you will brake already.
It's very
like-
sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So the thing is that like I almost hit like a van in front of me because I was so busy. Like I was changing lane. I was making sure it was a busy road. I was making sure no motorcycle. I think my most important thing is that no motorcycle.
Right.
So I changed lane successfully, but then the van in front suddenly jam brake. Cause in front I don't know what happened.
Okay.
But suddenly it jam brake. I had to jam brake also, and lucky I jam brake in time. In the car I was like,
Oh my god.
I shout. I was like, huh?
The most dangerous thing about jam brake is that if you are safe, that's good. But just make sure the car behind don't bump into you.
Oh yeah. And also if you brake too sudden, your car might spin. It's like drifting.
Oh,
gosh.
Yeah. So that one also must be careful.
I don't know. Now I'm getting like
A bit
more
anxious,
anxious. But our producer,
You make me want to shit myself.
Jamie is gonna drive us to the
gonna
office
drive us
later.
all.
I am actually driving them all. So their lives are in my hands.
Okay.
Our producers want to play a game right now.
Okay.
Okay. It's called Safe or Not.
Oh.
We're going to be given some scenarios on the roads and we're going to determine if they are safe or not.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, let's read one question each, okay?
Okay.
True or false? Texting while driving is safe as long as you do it only at stoplights. Okay,
No
true or
lah.
false? 3, 2, 1. False.
You cannot text at stoplights. Oh, you're not supposed to?
I think best to just don't
Wait, I
touch
thought if it's
phone.
a red light, it's
illegal
okay.
or is it your
Wait,
advice
sign
not
babe,
to?
you need to see that it turns green ma.
I have the answer. False. Texting while driving is dangerous even at stoplights because it can distract you from the road, other vehicles, and changing signals.
But is it
best to
illegal?
avoid.
I think
is it illegal?
low-key grey area.
I think glance can lah, babe. But
I don't know
I gotta admit, I know we shouldn't, but sometimes at the red lights, right?
Yeah.
I have 3 minutes. So
Yeah.
I just like end up like just firing some
no, but
replies.
you don't know you have 3 minutes. That's the problem.
It's not
It's not
illegal.
illegal.
Okay, but it's not recommended.
Correct.
Yes.
Because it may distract you from the roads. All right,
Correct.
understood.
Okay, next question. Come back, baby.
Okay.
Wow, I started sweating for a bit.
Okay. How should you handle a driver who is tailgating you?
Okay.
Number 1, speed up to get away from them. Number 2, brake suddenly to warn them off. Number 3, move to another lane and let them pass. And number 4, ignore them and maintain your speed. What's the answer?
Move to another lane.
Depends. If you are in the first lane, then you move lah. But if you're already in the slowest lane, then they should move.
Correct.
Right. I think
But for
the
your own
answer-
safety, the fella's still getting you how?
I think I would move away.
Oh, really?
Because I don't want to engage in this like competition with that driver. I'll just see. Move to another lane.
Good job.
True or false?
Okay.
Okay.
It's safe to slightly go over the speed limit as long as you are keeping up with the traffic flow.
Okay, I have my answer. 3, 2, 1. True. No, it's not. So this is what I think, right? The speed cameras will only flash or like capture your details if, let's say, the highway is at 90 km per hour, but you're above 100 km, which means you're like 101 and above.
I hear from my
Okay.
friends
So-
there's always a 10 km allowance.
Correct. So
Plus minus
slightly
10.
I
above.
don't want to get cancelled, so I'm just gonna say false.
Yeah.
But for me, it's-
change my answer. I'm gonna say I don't want to get cancelled.
Okay, let's
I'm
all
just
wipe
kidding.
out.
Let's
False.
all drive the speed limit.
What's the answer? The answer is
The answer is false.
oh.
Speed limits are set for safety reasons and exceeding them can increase the risk of accidents.
Oh, yeah.
It is important to follow the posted speed limits even if other vehicles are traveling faster.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone should watch this episode twice a BTT.
Speed limit queen.
Yeah. Okay.
If everybody's speeding, then you also speed, then everybody kena, then
Yeah.
I just choose one. It's safe to eat a sandwich while you're driving, as long as you keep one hand on the wheel. True or false? One, two, three.
False.
Hey, this one like BTT, FTT, safest answers
correct,
first.
correct.
Your hands must be at 10 and 2, and you have to have both hands on the wheel at
But
all
sometimes I'm
times.
very hungry, you know.
Really, man? So one hand illegal, is it?
It's
I don't think it's illegal.
not
lah.
advisable.
Eat your 面包. What makes you the most anxious on the roads? Is it switching lanes? Is it parking? Is it what is it?
U-turn?
Like the most number one anxiety.
Okay, I got 2. Number 1, number 2. Number 1, right, is peak hour. So the one like what I talked to you about, the cross junction one, is like whether to go or don't go or stay at the stop line because in front might congest. That's number 1. And then number 2, right, is like parallel parking in very crowded areas, like Little India or like
Kyung Sek Road.
Yeah, like those damn rabak. Because the thing is, got one time, right, I was trying parallel park. Then the thing is that I overtake slower because I am
New.
they got teach you the borders, right? But that so-called border, right, is someone else's car now, you know. I cannot buang
Yeah.
So the thing is, right, I must take my time at parallel park. But then, right, a fucking asshole behind, I really hazard like really know I'm gonna park, bro. Then the thing is that I want to park inside, right? But then, right, he go in front.
Oh.
He tailgate behind me, so I cannot park. Because the thing is that if I reverse into him already.
So what do you do in that
He pushed me out of my lot to take my lot. Yeah, so in the end, right, I have no choice, what. He horned me already, I just drive off.
Road bully.
The fact is that I already hazard light way earlier.
Bully.
Like, yo, I'm gonna park here already.
Hey, that's not nice.
Road
That's
bully.
not nice.
Really damn asshole, bro. Then I was like, wow, fuck lah. Cause the thing is that I really late. Then I already told already to not be late. My hairdresser warned me, the parking like shit, you better be there early.
Oh my god.
Then I was like, okay. Then I text my hairstylist. I stop at the side of the road. I text, I say, sorry, you're gonna be late. Cause no parking. Then I go and park at expensive mall lor. But then inside my mind, I'm like very angry lah. Cause I'm like, you don't bully me lah. Come on, you were once a P plate one. I think that's the part that makes me like upset the most is that everyone was once a P plate. So you curse like, hey, you stupid, I don't know how to drive, or like, why you drive so that kind of thing. Is like you were once there, bro. You weren't born to walk. That kind of thing. Like you learn how to walk.
Wow.
Wow, I sound so angry right now. Okay, I'm seeming.
No, but I feel the anger for you.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go into
That's
your
not
car and come
nice.
out of your car and scold that person.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah. Then the thing is that people are like, then you know how to do. I'm like,
I know someone until today, right? Whether she goes somewhere or not depends on what the parking is like.
Yeah, exactly.
hey, that's me now. I'm so sorry. Nowadays, when got events, right, then they're like, hey, Jeynelle, can you make it? Then I Google the place first. Then I'm like, oh, Kyung Sek Road.
Parallel parking.
I'm
Actually,
so sorry.
can I take credit here? So here's the thing. My boyfriend is exactly like that. He will check the place, find out what the parking situation
Oh.
is. If it's parallel parking, he will have to find the closest place that is not parallel
Okay.
parking. If I'm with him in the car, he stops next to the lot, we switch positions, and I park for him.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but he's not even ashamed about it. He's like, can you park for me? I'm like, yeah, okay.
Actually, good on him for not being ashamed because you will know that he won't be the kind like, wow, woman driver, that kind of thing.
And his car is much more expensive than mine, so I have a lot to be stressed about.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, okay.
That's nice. I have a primary school friend. He has gotten his license for about 10 years now. In these 10 years, he has never once parallel parked. I don't know how this is possible, but he would check the place. As long as it's parallel parking, he'll find the nearest vertical parking to go and park there.
A lot of people like that.
Here's what I'll say about parallel parking. Once you get it, you get it. You will never forget it.
And Jermaine helped me get it.
Wow. I think you
was
need
that
to
one
share
day.
this.
Sign up.
But one thing scary about parallel parking though is the slope parallel parking.
Where?
Like Tanjong Pagar, it's like a slanted slope.
Okay, I know what you're talking
So
about.
there was once I was parallel parking. For me, it's like I kind of get it, but also I'm scared. Because the thing is like, if the parallel parking is upslope and then I need to get into lock and there's a car behind me that is already parked, I'm very scared because I drive manual. If I don't get the biting point to reverse properly, I will zoom down and hit the car.
But that's fair
So
though.
it's like I avoid if I
This is
can.
a fair concern. To wrap up this episode, can we share some tips with people who has driving anxiety? I think you're the best person to share it.
That's like me now. But probably if you see this podcast when it's published by then, maybe I'm not so scared anymore. Wow, tips I think also to plan your drive is a really good thing. Like knowing where to park. Maybe if you're scared, I think Google Earth helps. Like to come here right just now, the thing is that because it's all buildings, right? And I don't want to road hop the drivers behind. So I want to know which turn to make it. Like how the building looks like. Because I've been here for the first time. So I look and I Google Earth and I search how the building looks like and how the turn looks like. So
do
that
that as
when I
well,
reach there, I'm confident like, yo, I'm turning in here.
Nice.
What's your call time today?
12.
What time do you reach?
Actually, I reached around like 11:45, but I was downstairs settling some work stuff in the car. Then I came up. Yeah.
Wow. Good on you. Good on you.
I love that.
I also feel like maybe for drivers who are more anxious, you can try relaxation techniques while driving. Just this morning, I put some like really chill music in the car because I missed an exit. And it cost me an extra 9 minutes. Yo, I was so anxious. I was going to be late for hours. Then I immediately put some like
Well, 9
relaxing
minutes
music.
is long. Yeah.
Long, right? It's exactly what Jeremy said. Sometimes you miss the
Yeah.
exit, then
and it's like,
go and run, U-turn, come back, you know?
I think breathing on the roads is very important.
Yep.
Like we said, always have emergency contacts handy, a towing service or someone who can call you a towing service, someone to call in case of any accident. Just always have that. And if you're first starting out, it's always normal to be anxious because it's your first time on the roads. It's like, how am I driving this vehicle and getting place to place? This is so wild. But I would say after about 4 years, sorry Jeynelle, it really got much better for me.
No, I need to wait another like 3 years plus.
It takes that long, eh?
No, 4 years that I really can just drive, right? Then it's like I teleport.
thinking.
Yeah, without really thinking.
Oh,
too much.
okay.
Yeah.
Can just
My
like
tip
relax on the
is
drive.
to choose the passenger princess life.
Oh, actually, that's not wrong also.
That's her
Sometimes
life
also,
right now.
I want to be passenger princess still. Like, I'll sit in my car, passenger seat. Then I tell my boyfriend, you drive my car, can?
But you must be very careful. Some people drive you, you're passenger princess. Some people drive you, you're a survivor.
Oh my.
That's true. Have you girls heard of the Fido principle?
No.
What's that? Forget it and drive on. So sometimes I feel like you can use this. So some guy online says that this is the best way to react to stressful driving moments that have already passed. You gotta forget it for you to move on. So just forget it and drive on.
Like that road bully.
yeah,
Fido.
No, I just like, fuck lah. Then I just move on. Yeah.
Basically, don't rage lah. Don't road rage.
Fido can also mean fuck it and drive on.
Ah.
Because I've seen people, right? Like somebody tailgate them, then they angry.
Oh.
Then they willingly give up the exit to chase the fella.
yeah. For what?
That's not the worst.
One time a driver, I didn't realize I was tailgating him actually. It was very late at night. It was after work. I was just trying to get home. And then he got pissed off at me. And then he jam brake to
down.
try and make me, to try and make me
Brake check,
rear-end
check,
him.
yeah.
And then he was smoking with one hand out the window. And then he flicked his cigarette at me. We were like, I was like, what was that?
Oh my god.
So it does happen.
Yeah.
People do have road rage.
I see people come down the road before and like go and like, hey, what are you doing? That kind of thing. They are very dangerous, especially on highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but instead of doing that, he could have just moved to the left lane for you to overtake him. Then he can come
I
back
wasn't
in.
trying to overtake him also.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just maybe you just like in your own zone,
I
then you
was
just too
in
close.
I tend to, Anyways, Fido.
Fido.
Wow, what a conversation.
Wow.
I can see already a lot of comments will come in like on our Instagram post or our YouTube channel. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please follow us on Instagram for more at itsclarity.co.
That's right. You can listen to us on Me Listen, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Turn on your notifications.
Yes, and check us out on YouTube as well. We are very expressive, so is Jeynelle. So you have to watch it to understand what the E or E, what they all mean. But thank you, Buff Baby.
Thank you, everyone.
Please follow her for more driving and gym content at BuffBaby88. Thank you, Jeynelle.
Bye, see you guys.
Drive safe. Sometimes on my period, I cry a lot when I'm driving, and that might blur my vision a bit. But I always wipe my eyes and keep on driving.
But my
okay?
BTD never say you can't drive while crying.
Never say.
Yeah.
Right.